And welcome back to episode 174 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I'm your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Mouth Chicken Ranch.
Alright, you did some studying, I see. Good work. Hey, tell him a chicken ranch hold the bacon. You feel me?
He's stupid. We got my guys in the building. We got Q McLeod. We got D Stu. We got my guy AA Ron the Dot Connector. How y'all boys feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. It's a lot of games on tonight, man.
Man, right. I seen that they tried to sprinkle them throughout the week and then drop them all this evening.
Yeah.
Got the NCAA going on, man. That's no for the next probably week and a half.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think there's no more back-to-backs.
Like back-to-back.
Yeah, I don't think nobody has no more back-to-backs.
Well, we got 2 weeks left.
About 13. Some people got like about 12, 13 games left. So
Cavs only got 8, I believe. I believe Cavs only got 8. No, they got 10 games.
Yeah. And it depends on how many games you've already had so many in your conference, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, because a lot of people have already had their conference play, so I feel like a lot of people are on the second half of the season to where the non-conference play. So you're going to see a lot of East and West teams playing each other right now.
Right. Yeah, y'all got who the Knicks tonight?
Y'all. But honestly,
Knicks by 15.
I mean, you can say that because I'm not going to argue it. You feel me? So it's like when Julius Randle can dribble the ball, lose it 4 times in the same possession, and still drop 50-something points, you can't really do nothing against that, man. Can't really do nothing against that.
I mean, you don't think that he can?
No. If they couldn't, we can't.
You feel differently, Q?
Man, come on, man. Really? Bro.
I'm a diehard Heat fan, bro.
Nah, man.
And I'm not about to just sit
okay.
I'm not about to just sit here.
Julius
and
Randle
talk.
ain't that guy, bro. Like he went to New York and they're making him this guy. But he's
Bruh,
not
so
that
you
guy,
telling me,
bro.
so
Like
you
you
telling
dropping
me that if
57
we would've
every,
got,
I mean,
so
you
you
acting like
telling
this
me
man.
that if
You
we
acting
would've
like he
got
been having a
Julius
standout
Randle,
season or something.
we could have got Julius Randle.
Man, we don't need no damn ball hog.
He's
It's
not
not
a
Miami
I don't think
ball.
he a ball hog.
But
He's
that's
not
what
a
you
ball hog.
demanded.
How
That's
can
that's
he
the
be a
only
ball
time
hog
he
with
shined
Jalen
though was in
Brunson?
New York with the ball in his hand.
But everybody gets theirs on the Knicks, though. He's not a ball hog. Everybody get theirs. Quentin Grimes gets his. Emmanuel quickly gets his. Everybody get theirs. He ain't a ball
When you
hog.
ain't,
It's
But-
just
when you ain't playing no defense and the scores going in the 140s a piece, like I mean,
just
everybody
crazy
better
because-
get this.
But
But,
Randle
like, that's
wasn't
a lot of
naturally
teams
starting
right now.
with the
Because
Lakers,
that's-
though, was he?
Huh?
He was coming off the bench, so yeah.
He was coming off the bench.
it would make
Never gave him a
sense.
chance.
It would
I
make
thought-
sense.
He started a little bit for him. He just
Yeah, with
wasn't
injuries and shit, but he wasn't like no natural off the bench guy or starter.
They never gave him a shot.
that-
He averaging 25.6,
But
10
I'm
rebounds,
saying,
4
like,
assists.
all the players that the Lakers got rid of the first round of that first catastrophe like trade that they ever made, getting rid of D'Lo, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, all them dudes was hims. We wasn't on the show last show, Q, but we was talking about it, and like that's the worst thing that the Lakers could have ever done in their entire in the history of being a Laker. They could have at least won at least 2 more with that squad.
Well, I know Cliff probably remember me touching it on last season when I brought up if the Lakers would have, kept Brandon Ingram, most importantly,
Yeah.
and even the Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like, you giving up guys that are guaranteed. Like, you can give away everything else in draft picks, but it's certain guys you don't get rid of.
You can't get rid of somebody that give you 25 to 30 every night.
You said
D'Angelo was somebody you shouldn't get rid of. He was still.
what, Aaron?
You know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying. They called him back. They brought
Yeah.
his ass back.
Yeah. And
But the thing about it is, I don't feel like they called him back. I feel like they couldn't get Kyrie, so we can.
Right. But I also feel like they felt like they had a history with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's keep it a buck.
Kyrie, it'll be him. You know what I mean? Like it was
They got
either
rid of
those
him
two.
because of Nick Young shit. That's why they got rid of him.
He's the most affordable, right? Nick Young gone. He's the
Yeah,
most affordable anyway out of the selection. So you might as well get the guy that we can afford that we've already had history with.
And he wants to redeem himself.
Right. So stop
And he
fucking
always
telling.
said everywhere he went after that, he always said, I wish I could still be a Laker. I wish I could still be a Laker. He never went away from that because it didn't really work out for him. It worked out for him a little bit in Brooklyn, but like not for real. You feel me? So it's like he always said, I still want to be a Laker. I still want to be a Laker. So hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, nah, I agree. Lakers got the Suns tonight.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. If Austin Reeves keeps playing like he's playing, I didn't have no faith in the Lakers to do much if they got in the play-in because I didn't believe in people like Austin Reeves to show up and shit like that when they need him. But if Malik Beasley, Austin Reeves, and these dudes show up when it's time to show out, it's looking like that even if they met the Warriors, they damn near might put up 145 on them.
I mean, but that's also against the Magic squad that's second to last in the Eastern Conference, only above the Pistons.
But I'm thinking about how bad that some of the teams in the West defense actually is too still, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's
That's
so
fair.
many teams right now that are letting people put up 130 plus. Like, that is unheard of. Like, where's the defense this year? Like, people were averaging like 120 like this year. Like, I think, who was it? I forgot what team is averaging the most points per game this year. Forgot. Fuck.
I couldn't pull that off immediately.
Wait, is it the Cavs?
I don't think so. Let's see.
At 112?
It'd probably be Boston or somebody. Dallas.
It is
Probably
Boston. Boston sitting at 112. And that's average. That's per game.
Oh,
If you want to think about it,
threes and shit. I don't even.
That's a lot of
It's
points
actually
per game.
it's actually
112.
it'll be Sacramento 120, Golden State 118.3,
Boston
For real?
117.
Boston 117.8.
Okay, so yeah, it definitely went up. How many points did they score last night? Oh yeah, because Boston last night they went crazy. They didn't take their starters out until the last 90 seconds of the game last night because they were up they're up 26. They kept on saying, why they keep on keeping them in the game? Why you keep on keeping them in the game? They stayed in the game until 90 seconds. They were clapping them boys.
I mean, Boston is 3 at the moment?
Yeah, they're trying to, but putting up more points and keeping your starters and you're already up 20 something, that's just stupid.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, but I'm looking, let me see who they got coming up. They got Pacers.
Easy dub. I think they got a lot of conference play next.
Pacers, Spurs, Wizards, Bucks, Jazz, 76ers, Raptors, Hawks. So, I mean, that's a decently tough stretch, aside from a few games. I mean, I mean, you want to move up as much as you can, right? Because you want that. At least if you get to 2, then you playing 5?
But you don't move up in how many points you score per game. I'm just saying, it was dumb for them to do that. So
right.
I guess Washington on the 28th, at the Bucks on the 30th, and coming back home on the 31st on a back-to-back to face the Jazz will be a tough stretch.
And then going back into the 76ers and then Raptors.
Yeah.
Home or away, they got them both home, but either way, that's a little.
They get a few days off, so let's see what adjustments they make out of that. Because you play on the 31st and then you don't come back until the 4th, so they get a little break.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them at the moment. And then their record is 50-23.
Yeah, and then you got the Raptors playing for something, so.
Oh no, they are too. 76ers are 3, 48-23. Okay. So yeah, I don't get it. You're at least 2 games ahead of the 76ers. The 76ers got we just talked about it. Who do they got?
They have
They got the Bulls.
They got a tough stretch.
Okay.
They playing the Bulls tonight.
Bulls tonight, yeah.
Yeah, the Bulls got them last game.
This is people who are sleepwalking right now.
And double OT.
It's the last stretch of the season. It's like the last hour on the last day of school. Niggas you can't tell me nothing right now. I'm not listening.
Shit.
Chicago in the 10th spot.
Right.
So they playing for a lot.
Hey, look, man, thank you for your confidence.
They playing for a lot.
You know what I'm saying? No, hey.
They had 61 games, so they got 11 games left.
Hey, look. At least they get a bonus check, man. At least get a bonus check.
Look, man, feed your family. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Yeah, get a bonus check.
I'm being a realist right now. We might be in the tournament. I mean, not tournament, but the playoffs. But
the playoffs?
That's it. I corrected myself.
I don't know about the playoffs.
You mean the play-ins?
Play-in.
Oh, so now y'all not giving me a chance. Okay.
Depends on how you take it.
Okay, I feel it. I knew there was something in there. Down deep in there. Okay.
I mean, I would definitely give them a shot, but who all do we got down there? banging around with y'all
got
around the play-in time. So you got the Hawks, Raptors, Bulls, and the Pacers at 11.
I like the usual suspects. Well, we got a chance. I haven't really watched too much of Indiana basketball. I don't know how well they're doing.
Indiana's not. They're not.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
I don't know how good they're.
Indiana is false advertising. They're not playing nearly what they were doing early on.
Right.
Nearly.
I mean, but they're a new team too.
Halliburton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Turner still on it.
Yeah. Halliburton had a few games where he went off. I mean, Pacers will sweep you one time, but then they'll shit the bed the next few games.
I just know I know the Kings traded that nigga, and ever since then they've been a lot better.
But that's because you got Sabonis back.
All right. I'm just saying. I'm just trying.
When the Pacers,
y'all got defensive because Sabonis. Okay.
When the Pacers traded him, I was like, why the fuck would they do that?
Yeah, that was stupid.
You want Halliburton? You want Halliburton? That's it. I'll take him.
I don't understand why they would do that.
I'll drive that nigga out there.
And I mentioned it to Cliff and Malk. I was like, yo, like Miles Turner, like y'all ain't even like offer him, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like
they didn't want Miles.
Like, he just went right on in the bread basket. Like, go ahead here.
Benedict Mathurin, he's too small.
Then you got Mike Brown coaching. Here you go.
Give Mike Brown his credit, man.
I knew he played the 3.
We got De'Aaron Fox and
Davion.
There's somebody else in that team.
No, they got Davion.
Yeah, they got Davion Mitchell. They got
It was Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox.
Don't they have Trey Lyles?
The bonus,
yeah, but there's somebody.
Trey Lyles, yep.
I thought there was somebody else in there.
And they got Mike Brown up the head coach.
Oh, they got Kevin Huerter. That's probably who you're thinking of.
Yeah, Kevin Huerter. Yeah.
They got him from the Hawks.
That's a scary little first out.
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk, yeah.
Like you dipped on, bro.
Still kept Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, Harrison, you can tell he's
old the game.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I don't want to say on his way out by no means, but let's keep it a buck. He was a role player in Golden State.
The ceiling he's touched the ceiling already.
Oh yeah, he touched the ceiling. Not only has he touched it, but it's getting lower and lower to where he's gonna be stuck and have to
a lot closer.
He got the exit after a while here. G.
Yeah. He on his Antoine Jameson right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a good comparison.
Antoine Jameson to Harrison Barnes, you think so?
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as to my analogy saying that he's on his way out the league, I do think because Jamison Barnes is still effective.
Jamison Barnes.
Antoine Jameson.
That's some new nigga. We ain't
Jamison Barnes in the league.
Right. Antoine Jameson was still effective. He was even effective for the little bit that we had him on the Cavs. But you go from being a role player to being a less used role player. And then it's like, well, where can you go from there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Harrison is still coming in clutch for the Kings.
He's still useful, yeah.
Yeah, he's still coming in clutch, but so did Antoine Jameson. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't have a counter argument.
I mean, you know, it's not spot on, but I do think in the manner of how I was speaking, that's a good name to throw out.
But, yeah.
I can't compare nobody else. That was the first one came to mind.
Jerry Stackhouse for me. I'm just playing. I'm gonna do
that.
No.
Damn. Oh shit. But yeah, they did take the Bulls did take the 76ers in double OT. 109-105. Joel Embiid had 37, 16, 1, 1, and 3. Man.
Man fouled out.
Yeah, and fouled out in the second overtime. That was his 10th consecutive 30-plus point game.
No, Joel, so are we still going with Jokic for the MVP? Is it Embiid?
I guess at this rate, I think he's still in the.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you have to, based off of what we've seen in the past. Now, what I would like to see, I'm not asking for a formula. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to give me a formula of exactly how you come to an MVP, but I would like to know what you're basing the criteria off of. Because like we said off show, Malk, I honestly think Donovan Mitchell was more valuable to that Utah Jazz team than Nikola Jokic is to the Nuggets.
But it's like most valuable player of the league, though.
Right.
See, that's where I ask. It's like, is it just points?
That's the need of Donovan Mitchell, and I guess the way to put it is the Nuggets are blessed to have a Jokic when they don't. That might not be the position they need the most, right? Because they still won a championship,
Right.
There might be another position that needs to be better. Maybe they need to replace Jamal Murray or some other shit. But Jokic, on paper, if you had a choice between Jokic and Donovan Mitchell,
I'm taking Jokic.
So that's kind of like, I think that's where the line gets drawn.
But see, here's the thing, right? I feel like it's always been easier for someone to be on a shittier squad and make them a contender to win an MVP than someone who's already on a good squad to stand out enough to get the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's why they vote. Because obviously we would be two people in the voting room with two different opinions on it. And that's how Donovan Mitchell probably got MVP.
To finish my thought, I just feel like if you're going to be on a good team and win the MVP, your team has to at least be doing something. You're already on the good team. Mm-hmm. You're not on a shitty team. It's not like Nicola's on an awful team. It's not like Joel's on an awful team. But at least motherfuckers fear Joel in the postseason and motherfuckers look at Nikola like he's just in the way.
So, like, the only two times we've seen an MVP to have a bad team was probably LeBron and Kobe, right?
Maybe Derek.
Who?
Derek Rose didn't have the best team when he won MVP.
He did not.
He had Eric Gordon and shit.
Eric Gordon. He had
Ben Gordon.
Ben Gordon, yeah.
Ben Gordon. Yeah, not Eric Gordon.
Joe King knows ass.
Mm-hmm.
There's some other niggas.
Who wasn't bad at the time. It wasn't like Noah was awful at the time. He definitely...
No, they made it... If Derek didn't get injured, they'd have been, in the conversation of championship.
Right.
Probably one. Might have kept LeBron slipping. You know what I'm saying? One of them years, and however it would have went, but...
There may be more. There may be more now that I think about it. I'm trying to...
You can bring him up.
Nope. Because Steve Nash did beat Kobe that one year.
That was a stacked team. Everybody know that team was stacked.
Right, and that's what I meant. And they didn't win it that year, did they? They lost in the finals.
Those never won championship.
Yeah, didn't they lose that one in the finals?
I don't think they lost in the finals. They lost in the semifinals, I think. I don't think they've ever been to the finals after Barkley.
You may be right. But I definitely remember them getting there with it was that team, wasn't it?
Who?
With Steve Nash. They had Leandro Barbosa, Boris Diaw.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Maury.
JV.
Sean Marion.
That's what I was about to say. Shot. Yeah, they had a few pieces.
Well, basically, like it's up to the voters for the MVP. So I think there's probably like a popularity contest somewhere in there. It has to be like when they talk to Jokic and they talk to Embiid and they talk to Giannis. I don't know because
look at Giannis though.
Do the fans have a hand in the MVP vote?
No, they don't.
So I'm just saying it's like sometimes I don't know. I think that might be a part of it.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Keith.
I was just gonna say it's stats and popularity because if you want to be honest, to me, the MVP of the Denver Nuggets by recent history is Jamal Murray.
You think so?
He wins games.
No, I agree with that.
He will win the game. Jokic doesn't win the game. He'll tie it with a 3, but you never see him win a game.
I mean, Jokic's style is facilitating his way to a victory.
I understand that.
So if he's not already in the lead by his facilitation, he's not going to be the dog to put it over. And that's where I have an issue, right? Because I do agree with you. Murray then becomes the dog. I would even put it in Michael Porter Jr.'s hands at the end of the game before I give it to Jokic. Yeah. But when I think about a Joel Embiid, who else's hands does it go in that situation?
You say who else is a what?
Who else's hands does it go in we need the win situation? You're feeding Joel. If he's open, and Tyrese is also one of those who have the ball in his hand.
The basketball decision at that.
Right. So Maxey usually makes the correct decision and gives it to Joel or takes the shot when he sees it. But the objective is to get it to Joel Embiid.
You'll notice when Joel, in those winning moments, when Joel gets the ball, he always gets it with more than enough time to do more than just shoot.
Right.
More than just go to the rack.
Right.
More than just make one pass. He can make a few reads. So that's what I like about it. They keep it out of Harden's hands because we know what Harden does traditionally. But some games, he's hot. You got to give it to him.
Listen.
Gotta let
more recently, they've been, giving it to DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's definitely been hot. That game, he definitely kept a minute with his threes. He ended 5 for 12 from 3-point, 19 points, 7-15 overall, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals. And a couple of them steals was to extend the game. So, yeah, I mean, but where has PJ Tucker been?
He's on another team. He's on shit. I don't remember what team he's on.
Philly.
Yeah, he got traded from Miami to Philly.
No, he didn't get traded.
He got released from Miami?
Oh, is that what he is?
No, he contract,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's on Philly now because remember they was talking about Philly's the front runner of the league now that they got PJ Tucker and revamped their defense. They was talking that shit as soon as the season ended last year.
I forgot about that.
And I mean, they 3, but I don't recall hearing too much from him.
I thought it was on another team.
Let me see something.
Yeah, I thought he was on the Bucks or something.
No,
he's with Philly.
Crowder.
He's in Philly, and he's currently averaging 3.4 points off of 42.4 shooting, 4 rebounds, and 0.8 assists.
That's you, but you got that Draymond Green stat line, nigga.
66 games played, so it's
You've been playing.
Right.
66 is a good percentage. That's
more than 3/4.
8% of the season, damn it. We keep going.
So yeah, he ain't been doing.
How many minutes is he averaging a game?
25.8.
I was gonna say he's
so
a lot of minutes. His shot are way down. We could just look in the month of March. He's shooting. You're talking 2 for 6, 1 for 2, 1 for 4, 0 for 1, 1 for 2, 0 for 0, 2 for 5, 0 for
Probably
1.
telling him not to shoot. Like, look, nigga.
And you're logging 19 plus minutes.
Right.
Cleveland game, you played 35 and went 2 for 5. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, PJ. What's the point of picking him up?
Defense.
Veteran leadership.
I
and
mean, defense definitely, but I mean,
I mean, he does take a player out of the play. You have to guard him.
I can agree with that.
You're like a Ron Artest type nigga, except Ron Artest might be better.
No, I would agree. Ron
And if
Artest got him.
And if you're in a lineup with
Meta,
Tyrese, Harden, and Embiid,
you ain't getting no
unless
shots.
unless you're wide ass open, you ain't
Are
getting.
you in the corner for a 3?
Yeah.
Right.
Give me the ball. If you're in there for a corner 3, you might pass it.
A little more than that now. I don't know. They got to get their get back. Bulls took it that first game. And I think that, Bulls definitely need to win. Let's not make a mistake about it.
Good.
I saw that.
Better off, Mike. You might just be better off letting shit kind of just slide at this point and try to get your draft pick.
Try to get a draft pick.
I'm suggesting the throw in the season. I'm suggesting it.
But you too high already. You 10. So it's like.
We'll be in the lottery if we don't make the playoff. We'll be high in the lottery. Our chances will be low as shit.
But I feel like NBA is one of them sports where, depending on how you pick,
yeah,
as well as the draft class, of course, you can get a productive player at any pick in the first round. Even if it's 30, you can still get a productive player on your roster.
Yeah, I don't know what picks we have anyway.
I'm not sure either. You would know better than I with the Bulls.
Yeah, I would have to look it up. I don't want to say nothing I don't know nothing about.
But yeah, DeMar dropped 25, 10 for 22, had 3 steals, 2 and 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Zach dropped.
I paid good money to go see him this year.
Where play Atlanta?
Yeah, and that was one of the games that went to overtime and shit, and we fuck around. I left thinking we was winning. I got to the train station and shit, and Bubba was like, "Hey, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Last second." I'm like, "Oh, man, y'all talking about they won?" Bullshit. But
The Hawks won it.
yeah, the Hawks won. I left, thought we were winning. It was like 2.9 seconds left. I took a timeout. I dipped. By the time I got to the train station, niggas done won the game and shit. But,
that's fucked up.
I mean, look, I like that we're in the running for it, but I feel like we don't have a chance to win. I feel like we need more pieces, and it's a strategy. It's probably not the most noble thing, but
It would be a hell of a comeback if y'all were able to claw y'all's way through into the playoffs with a decent chance at winning it.
it'd be a Cinderella story.
But no. What were the Hawks ranked last year going into the playoffs?
The year before that, I remember what you're talking about. I think they did do the play-in. And they,
Yeah.
to the Eastern Conference Finals. It was a Cinderella story. That coach that was on that team is gone. And this year, they're in 9th or 8th?
They might be lower than that to keep it a buck.
But they're like 9th.
I think they're in 9th.
I know they're a little bit better than Bulls.
Or better yet, 8th.
Yeah,
Are they?
One of.
Let's see. Because I can't think off the top. I know
Yeah,
they.
they're in 8th. They're right behind the Heat. Heat at 7.
Okay, yeah. 36 and 36.
Malcolm putting up silent news facts and shit.
Oh, you know I don't interrupt. You know I just dibble and dabble. You
What
know?
news?
This is my brother. Have you seen it?
News facts. Aaron tried to describe you as one of them Muslim dudes with the newspapers at the stoplights.
Hey, my name is Muslim, so I'll take it. I'll take it.
Listen,
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I don't know if that was on purpose. Is that what the purpose was? That's too deep for right now.
yeah, let's not go into his lineage.
I don't want to. I'm sorry. Let's just move on.
But what news did you post?
I just posted.
Having surgery again.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball.
Oh, for real?
We are missing. Our missing piece. If we had Lonzo Ball, I might be talking a little bit more shit.
I
But
mean,
ain't nigga the whole year.
I would be more comfortable if you had him as well, but we gotta see what kind of knees, what model knees they give him in these surgeries. And right now, it don't seem like he got the 2024 knees yet.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Right now, LaMelo Ball seems to be the best ball.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, by far. But that may have always been the case, and we're just not realizing it.
When you watch his two older brothers make mistakes and what they did wrong, he probably was like, I'm not doing that. Not doing that either.
Well, what mistakes would you think that Lonzo made?
His knees ain't right, so something.
That's not a mistake.
Nutrition?
That's not a
Lonzo had that. Lonzo had that off the court drama with his baby mom for a while.
He did, and I'm sure Melo learned from that. But I don't know if you can learn from a nigga's knees, though. You can't.
You walking different.
I'm like, right. Like, I always knew that nigga couldn't get up and dunk the way I could. That's probably why both of That's probably why neither of them jump on they shot either.
Yeah, they got a weird looking shot.
Yeah, their feet barely leave the ground because they worry about them knees if they come down wrong. We don't know what kind of knees LeVar
Genetics is probably mama. Might be their mama.
It could be. Check all the knees. Check all 4 of them hoes. We gotta find out what's going on here. This nigga that had 3 surgeries on 1 kneecap and still ain't back in the motherfucking league.
niggas was born with knee pads.
Oh my gosh. God bless him.
But hey,
Yeah, I'm not ready to not see Lonzo again, but
I'm ready.
it might work out. It might rehab and all that and this, that, and the third and the advances of science, fucking stem cell research and all that type of shit.
you remember I've been screaming that since we started doing this. If these little motherfuckers was smart, they would take their ass over to whatever the spots where they do the stem cells, and I would get hit up every off season.
Do that
every off season. And I don't care if I got paid $1 million on the year and it cost me $500,000. I'm investing this $500,000 back into my body, so I'm good to make more.
It's a good decision.
Shit, I don't get it. Now you got motherfuckers that need 3 and 4 surgeries. Look at Kevin Durant and them. Like, you telling me that they couldn't benefit from shit like that? You have to. There's no way you can't.
Well, first of all, Kevin Durant's legs look real, man. Like, I don't know if you just skip leg day or that's just how your legs is built. But Kevin Durant's legs are so thin.
Well, it's his body. It's not even his legs. Wasn't he the one that couldn't get the bench up one time with the 45s on each side at the NBA Combine?
I believe it.
They couldn't get up 150? What was that, 150?
That's 135.
135?
Yeah, 2 45s and a 45 bar. Well, no, that's one. Yeah, it's 135.
I can shoot, though.
That's crazy, though.
I can shoot. Y'all seen me shoot? Can't
And-
remember the race, but I can shoot.
And it's funny because you joking, and I believe that's exactly how it was. Because if I remember the story correctly, everybody was laughing at him when that took place, and he got to the shooting drills, and everybody's jaw was on the floor.
Oh. It don't take much to shoot a basketball. I mean, I guess you don't need to bench 135 to shoot, but you probably need that to play defense.
Well, bench is chest and, like,
Upper torso.
yeah, that's more power anyway than, strength. Like, I don't know what kind of strength it would take to, because you see a lot of young motherfuckers that is slim. Look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the most built motherfucker, but he'll sling it full court.
I feel like Steph Curry can put up 135.
Oh, I'm sure he could. But most freshmen in high school can. Well, most athletic freshmen in high school, I should say. I'm not going to say every freshman, but let's keep it a buck.
I've definitely put up 135 when I was there. It's not like I was sitting there doing 225 like it was nothing, but I was putting up 135 like it was nothing.
As most adults should be able to. As most adults should be able to. Especially professional athletic adults. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
135? But, I mean,
You should be lifting your weight. Professional athlete. Minimum.
I do feel like you should at least be able to lift your body weight. I do think that's a pretty... But, basketball, the reason why they don't do weights and shit is because they don't want players bulky.
Yeah, you don't need to be bulky. Like, you don't need to be, strong and shit to play basketball.
Right.
Soccer. You don't see a lot of strong niggas in soccer.
Well, little niggas like me need more weights when we play basketball. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, some niggas' body frames are that way.
Yeah, we gotta have them weights.
Yeah, Eric Gordon. Not Eric Gordon, but Eric Bledsoe.
The quarterback?
No.
Eric Bledsoe.
Oh, Eric Bledsoe, the Suns. That's yeah, you right.
Motherfucker said quarterback.
Yeah, Eric Bledsoe. He played for the Bucks too for a little bit.
Mhm.
He played for the Suns, the Bucks,
stocky short dude.
Clippers.
right. But yeah, I mean, even
Paul
him.
that category too,
He
maybe.
quit.
Who?
Chris Paul kind of stocky cat. You think so?
Yeah, I would say so. He's always been
He's big enough. Yeah,
for his size.
yeah, he's big enough.
Never slowed his game though.
But I think it more so fits with the 3 through 5. You know what I'm saying? Them are the motherfuckers that you can't always keep them at their college weight when they come into the league. We might have to get you 10 extra pounds on that frame in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Especially these days, man.
Right.
They come out looking like a stick. Well,
But shit, nowadays it's like, well, we don't know. The game might evolve into no muscles. Just a whole bunch of stick figures shooting the ball out there.
put a pinky on him. Foul.
Right. Listen, it might. If these motherfuckers get any lighter, it's zero gravity out that motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying?
No, we seen what happened with Slam Ball. That shit didn't work out.
It was interesting to watch, though. I will keep it a buck.
I think somebody got. It was disastrous in it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was pretty bad.
It was only a matter of time.
We can't play this game no more.
Right. Right. It was only a matter of time. Them motherfuckers was mixing football, trampolines, and basketball. Oh yeah, somebody
wrong and you 18 feet up.
Right.
Killer man.
Wrong. You broke your hip.
Motherfucker be over the rim.
You got a Joe Dosman right there, didn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah. These motherfuckers can't play with the current gravity we got. You getting injured with the current gravity. The fuck kind of shit is that?
Okay, I'm sorry to keep bringing them up. I've seen too many times Anthony Davidson went up, came down on his own accord. Nobody's around him. What's the angle?
Right.
Why is your foot in that direction when you landed? Why don't you just land flat-footed? And Anthony Davis is one of the greatest ever play. I'm being harsh on him, but still.
Nah, but it's accurate though.
You're injured a lot, my nigga.
And I agree with both statements, but that motherfucker, he would twist the ankle on the moon.
Man.
Oh,
The crazy thing is, he would be watching from 3 feet up as he lands. Like, I know this is gonna be bad when I get down there.
I'm not moving my foot, gone.
Oh shit! That motherfucker don't even need to land on his feet no more. He just need to drop down to a military prone position every time he go up for a dunk. Just land up flat.
Right.
God damn! I don't know what's going to help. Motherfuckers was like, put on weight. He put on weight. That ain't helping either.
That made it worse. If you think, well, no, when he came out of college, he missed his whole first year because he was injured.
Right.
So and
that was playing the position he's still asking to play. You goddamn right. Stay out there at the 5. You gonna get hurt at either position. We need you at the 5. That's what you're playing.
You can't run no more.
He got to. He ain't got a choice. Because like we said last game, when he plays his ass off. The reason why Darren was making jokes was because last game he only dropped 15 and 11 rebounds. But that's cool. You're not going to go off every game.
Right.
You feel me? And if you got somebody on that's hot like Austin Reeves is, why would I step in your way?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you cook.
Share the wealth.
Right. Let me rest this game out and you do your thing.
Right.
That's how it should be played. But with that being said, has there been any update on LeBron? There wasn't really much I could locate.
Laker extraordinaire.
I was hoping C. Tesla was on this motherfucker so he could speak for him. He'd be like, nah, LeBron will be back by April 12th.
He could be. I mean, it just says that he could be out the rest of the year.
They pulling a Paul George with him.
Yeah, there's no timetable on him.
They pulling a Paul George. I think it's gonna be like I said. I think that the Lakers do enough to make the play-ins. If it looks like they start struggling in one of those play-in games, I think you see him unsnap the warm-ups. You feel what I'm saying?
He could.
I mean, the latest I've seen on him was Darvin Ham saying that he does anticipate him coming back this season.
And this season, as in before the post?
To my knowledge, this season means before the post.
Right. That's what I would have. That's what I would assume.
Yeah.
But shit, they talking about Paul George ain't gonna be back until the postseason.
Yeah, you looking at him. I mean, from my understanding, they're not looking to reevaluate him until 2 weeks from now. So, with 9 games left.
Yeah, per Adrian Wojnarowski, he said he would miss all 9 games.
Yeah.
He was balling that game too. That was the funny part. He was doing 360s and shit.
Man, they don't lose that game if they
Oh, like
go out.
motherfucker. Fuck around. I don't know.
So what does that mean for OKC? Like, does this affect a late season stretch? Like, they're currently sitting at 5th, 38-35, and we know that the Lakers are only 1.5 games back from the 4th spot.
It can, if Kawhi doesn't beat Kawhi.
I don't know if Kawhi's been Kawhi all year.
I know. Kawhi ain't been Kawhi in about 2 years.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we waiting on that. So now this your time to carry the load and let your boy sit back, let the play-ins happen, let Paul George gauge himself, work himself in.
Right.
But take over. You know you can take over. We was talking about this man being, up there with, LeBron, KD, all them guys. Steph, changing the game and shit. And now you fucking playing pussy again like you did in San Antonio. Man, I don't want that no more. Look, Kawhi, I need 40 a night now.
You said 40 a night?
40 piece every
I
night.
mean, approaching the end of the season, if y'all had a shot at winning, it's going to get that way.
Don't have to.
It's gonna get real Toronto-ish in LA real quick if y'all plan on getting anywhere in that postseason.
It don't seem like he liked Russell too much, so that's just to me. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
They definitely seem like two different personalities.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Russ said he would be Kawhi's spokesman a couple weeks ago in an interview. He said he would do all the talking for Kawhi. But yeah, I think Russ is a problem.
I don't like that shit. But that nigga just said.
You said you think he's a problem everywhere?
Yeah, I think everywhere he goes, his teammates end up not really caring for him. Some people are like that.
You are absolutely correct, and you took the words out of my mouth. Some people just rub you wrong.
Yeah, it's just, and he may not intentionally do it.
He definitely don't mean to. I think
it's just his personality. It's in his nature.
He's bullheadish.
Some people do that to you.
So, I mean,
it's probably how he made it to the league.
But yeah, Kawhi only averaging 23.7 points on the season currently. So with the Clippers sitting at the 5th spot, 38 and 35, the Mavs getting Luka Doncic back at 36 and 36, it looks like they about to walk you down.
What are you talking about?
The West is the Wild West right now, bro. You step outside, you ain't got the strap.
But it's
down.
He said keep your 6-shooter on you. It's been that way all year, though.
Yeah, you fuck around and lose 2 in a row, like, you looking on the outside.
It's been that way all year. It's been all clumped up in a pack.
Strong survive.
That's tough. That makes it tough, though. That's a...
the Warriors going to push. The Warriors going to push, too.
You know the Warriors going to push.
But they're not going to try to lose. I'm saying everybody in the West ain't trying to take no L's. Well, is the Nuggets kind of mail it in for the last?
They've been mailing it in for a little bit now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it goes for everybody. I might be coaching or something. You might not be exciting the players enough to go out there.
Nuggets better not flunk out the first round. That's all I know.
Shit, but would we be surprised?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
They're what? What are the Nuggets in the West?
They are the 2nd in the West, I believe. Let me double check.
I thought they was 1.
Oh no, they are 1. They're still 1, 48 and 24.
They're playing the winner of the play.
Right. And then
and still gonna get whooped.
that's a shame. They beating the Wizards right now 66-61.
Damn, 23-3 Sixers versus the Bulls? Damn.
The Bulls only got 3 points?
Yeah, but last time that happened and the Bulls won against the Nuggets that 1 week, so I can't even
get back. It's gonna end up being a respectable game.
Right.
No,
I
hope they win it again.
They have the Lakers as the favorites tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I ain't putting no bets on basketball this evening.
It's a competitive night tonight.
I ain't putting no bets on basketball. Now I might have bet like one game, but one game ain't enough unless you putting in some prop bets behind it to parlay that bitch.
Right.
So I didn't really care to bet on any basketball. I think I might have put a couple bets on baseball today, but
baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's throwing money away.
I actually been winning.
You gonna win? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most random. I can't. We don't have to talk about gambling.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, I do think it's gonna get real tight out west here coming up. You got Karl Anthony Towns back tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Now tonight they only play the Hawks, so that's not really much for their record. Like that doesn't help them in their conference, but they're 36 and 37, so they're everybody's on the heels of each other.
Yeah.
JV in the chat, I just noticed that. My fault.
You gotta show up. Last 10 games, was it like 10 games? If you're in the West, you gotta show up all 10 games.
Well, wait, they 36 and 37, so that means that they got 63 games in. So they got 9 games left in
Well,
Timberwolves. Well, right, that's what I meant. 73, my fault. So they 9 games in,
That's what I'm
or
saying.
9 games left. Not
games, and you need to win the majority of them to either keep your spot
Yeah.
or progress.
right.
You might need to win all of them to progress. Some other team might win all of them.
Yeah, you lose. You at the bottom.
Yeah, from the Suns to the Timberwolves is tight. Well,
And Karl
shit,
Anthony
beyond
Towns
that, to
looking
the
good.
Lakers. The Lakers are what, 11?
They ain't out the question. The Lakers.
No. The Lakers ain't out at all. At all.
And the Lakers are only 35 and 37. So from the Suns to the Lakers, from the 5 or 4 spot to the 11 spot, it's separated by damn near a game and a half. That's crazy. But what I was gonna say is, what was you about to say?
No, so we're gonna see.
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is the issue that I have with the West right now is the anxiety of it. Everything matters. Everything counts for something. And it's not every game. It's every play at the moment. You know what I'm saying? At least when you have that somewhat separation in the East, you know, like you can relax. You can breathe in between. But right now, I feel like the West is holding a breath throughout, so it's going to be pretty easy to burn out in those playoffs.
You mean they're playing too hard in the last? They don't have the ability to rest anybody.
Yeah, you don't have the ability to take any play off. So when you're going up against teams that have taken games off leading into this, it's going to be tough to go against them. Especially when we look at the East records and they're all like, it's like the top 4 about to be above 50. 50 wins on the season. That means that you're beating the West teams as well. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that's tough for the West right now.
Slow and steady wins the race.
You are absolutely correct.
You have an Eastern Conference team winning the championship.
I think that would be pretty safe to bet on this year.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be a safe bet.
Hell, whoever makes the top 6 teams in the East can potentially beat it.
No, I think that I know that to be true. But
Yeah.
currently,
who's number 5?
5 is
The
Knicks.
Mm.
And we know they shit the bed annually. So even if they now listen, it's going to the West.
I don't think so.
First, I don't think the Knicks make the finals, but if they
West.
do, it's going to the West.
Like, ain't gonna be no sweep.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gonna be no one game.
That's another problem because we already talked about the anxiety being heavy of not being able to lose team.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
The West did it for years, though, man. The West did it for years.
With who? The Lakers?
A gauntlet and couldn't make it.
Yeah,
Great Heat teams. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
had great Detroit teams.
Great
You know what I
Boston
mean?
teams and still
Shit, you
recently.
had Bulls without Jordan teams that could have shook something up. But it was so much competition in the East every single fucking year, bro. And
Right.
the West had 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? You knew it was gonna be 1 or 2.
Right.
And they just sitting back like, all right, round 1. All right, here go the semi. We serious now.
Shit, if the Warriors make
Curry.
Yeah.
Got a healthy Steph Curry. Steph Curry's that,
he's the X.
you can't.
I mean, that's not a.
No, it's not a stretch.
No,
Yeah.
it's that you took the word. That's exactly. That's not a stretch of the imagination right there.
A young man is nasty, but I don't expect them to win. But if they win, I'm not surprised. That's where I'm at with it.
Man, I'm a know fucking something.
Also,
I'm a know something about the West if the Warriors win again this year.
I think it's gonna be a team like the Lakers that fuck around and make the conference finals, man. I just feel some type of way, bro.
got a healthy
I can
LeBron.
see it being if LeBron comes back healthy.
Healthy LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron come back his own. I just feel that way, bro.
I can honestly, if KD equally came back as healthy.
Man, I think AD is good.
Not AD, bench, but you have the score, and you could outscore the Lakers in the first half with that healthy Suns team.
The crazy part is, KD don't give a.
But you also don't want to risk him like that.
Nah, but he don't care. But
Listen, as long as I got insurance, I'm fucking myself up for the dub. And I have no problem.
you already know.
Listen, broken bones, I don't care what as long as I know that I'm going to make it to the hospital and they'll accept my insurance after.
He was boxing.
No,
I'm talking about.
let me find out.
I know. I thought KD boxing.
Let me find out KD boxing. You remember Brandon Ingram was boxing that one year and everybody was leaving comments under his shit like, don't get hurt, motherfucker.
Tommy Hearns, dog.
Listen, if AD pop up in the gym, I guarantee you the GM walks in right behind him like, you better cut the tape off right now. Cut the tape off your hands and your like that. It don't matter if you do got hands. Like I said, one swift uppercut to the elbow. Your arms are too skinny. You can't handle that hyperextension coming at high speeds. I'm not even aiming for your face. I'm aiming for your joints. Where's that elbow at? Bang. Every time you throw, I'm hitting your elbow. The motherfuckers like that can't take that. I don't care if you 7 foot tall or not. Hit a nigga in the knee with a good hook and see how fast.
John Jones survived. John Jones would just be.
Just like we said, Lonzo Ball's knees. Somebody check KD's mom's Achilles. Check the Achilles.
Yeah.
And do we have a new model being released to give to him if he messes it up again? That's what we need to know. I don't even remember where we were.
You asked about LeBron originally.
Yeah, man, I would like to know when he's coming back, man. I'm still a fan.
Right.
You know? I've paid my dues. It's your turn. You know, so he sold the soul of the team to the devil to get each ring in Cleveland as well as LA.
Me too, Daddy.
He better hope not. And if that's the case, it won't be till second year.
I'm sending your ass to the Wizards.
That'll be year 2, year 3.
Bryce coming in. I'm gonna put Bryce on.
Right. You hear what I'm saying? So let me pull back then. It'll be year 4. Because I believe Bryce is 3 years behind Bronny.
Bryce is looking.
Or is he 2?
I think they're both in high school right now.
Yeah, and I know they're in at the same time. I just don't know if they're 3 or 2 years apart. But either way, I like Bryce, and I think that Bryce is going to be the one to develop. Nah, they both ain't. To his body, as we know he will. But then think about Bryce right now. And think of when he was that age. Because I think he's 6'6" right now.
Yeah.
But Brian has
got Bryce on a nutrition plan. You got him eating broccoli and white rice and chicken breast.
And I'm sure you're right. With avocado on the side and shit.
They're eating the most boring lunch in school.
Little guacamole.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure you're absolutely correct, but it doesn't matter.
Oh shit, boy.
But I'm just saying from a standpoint of when you look at people who were built ready, LeBron was built ready. LeBron was built ready.
It's so different.
Right.
You know, however you want to tag it, it's different.
Now, the reason why I say I'm Team Bronny, right, is because I look at Bronny's build and I look at Bryce's build, right? And I'm like, Bronny, I'm taking Bronny. Why? Because Bronny's the smaller player who's built sturdier and he plays not as much above the rim as his father did. You know what I mean? He plays more cerebral, more in his head. Now, Bryce, he's just now getting his dunking ability. So, of course, that's what he wants to do. Dunks turn into layups. You know what I'm saying? Because you going up, and that might not have been the best. I just look at Bronny, and I'm like, it's the skill for me. And I don't think I'm embellishing when I say he's more skilled than his father was at that age.
Probably, and they got personal trainers and shit, nigga.
Right.
They have an indoor area.
I'm not comparing the two because there's no comparison to a LeBron.
What shoes you want to wear? Got a whole one.
Right.
Got a Foot Locker in that bitch.
Right.
That's great. I want to say that's great. I'm not saying that's anything bad. That's great.
No, but I understand where you're coming from because it has to be addressed when you think about the standpoint of everybody saying greats like Mouth. You just said it. I think Ace 99% of the time.
That's you, Steph, or
right. We named a few, but 99% of the time, you're not as hungry as the man that came before you.
Very true. Austin Rivers. I don't know why I said him first. There's no respect.
But we know where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
Doc is from a real place. I don't know if niggas know that, but shout out to Doc.
We know where he came from. But I just think, and this is just me, I think if anything, it's Bryce's ability, Bronny's play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm impressed that 6'6" dude could jump from almost the half court line and dunk, and you're like, I'm impressed that Bronny could read that.
Everybody thought Lonzo Ball was
that I will also agree with, but you can't say the same. You can't say the same for Trae Young or not Trae Young, Trey Jones. That nigga still ain't in the league. Meanwhile, Ty has been eating for years. You can't say the same.
That's one of the rare exceptions, but lately, Little Brother's been eating.
I mean, it's a few examples that you could go off of. Steph and Seth Curry. There's a few examples that you could go off of when it comes to look at what's the Holiday family?
Holiday family. I think just
Antetokounmpo. Right. The list goes on.
Brian Lopez, Robin Lopez.
Shut the fuck up. Which one came out first? See, that with twins, you can't even say which one is older. Which one came out first? Y'all both the same age. And every time you ask the younger twin, they be like, yeah, I'm mad that motherfucker can't be older than me. They're not older than you. They just came out a few minutes before you.
Right. Yeah, they're not older. That is a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
You say that when his head's up and you're young. You know what I'm saying? You got the twin brother. I'm older.
Right. And you're supposed to. You're supposed to. But the truth is, you're not older. You just came out a couple minutes earlier. You're not older, you're sooner.
That's what a sooner is. Jack.
And Mark is kinda in a roundabout way. I guess you're kinda correct.
Okay.
But when's the last time I was about to prove myself wrong. Well, when's the last time you seen an identification that had a time on it?
You right about that?
You hear me? August, whatever. It doesn't say what time.
Put 2:13 p.m. after that.
Right.
2:15.
Because this little nigga came out the same box, and he's 5 minutes older, so we got to put that 5 minutes down on that.
I've never seen an identical twins identification card.
I have. It doesn't have the time.
Okay.
Well, I don't know now. Listen.
Well, fuck that. Fuck the timestamp.
Fuck that. Why did my nigga Kyrie do Dylan Brooks like that?
Man, I don't fuck with Dylan Brooks. I don't blame him.
He
Dylan
does
Brooks-
kind of something about him rubs me as well.
Right.
You want to fight him too?
He just, I feel like
No, I
he
don't want to
talks.
fight nobody.
I feel like
But-
he's talked a lot and he hasn't proved enough yet. Like you haven't proved
That
anything.
could be it. And maybe subconsciously it could be the Shannon Sharp situation as well. But you also know that I don't care for Shannon the most either.
Right.
But subconsciously that could be irking my nerves also. But
I mean,
something about him does kind of...
That drew the attention to me because now when I watch him play, I look at him and how he plays. And usually when I watch him play, he plays awful. I don't know if it's like coincidence or
Nah, he
what.
ain't awful. I won't say... Nah, I understand what you're saying when you see him on, but...
Right.
Nah, I ain't gonna
Right.
give him that at all. He's definitely a dog, but...
Yeah, he has his moments, but he's not what he portrays himself to be. He talks the talk, but he don't always walk the walk.
He ain't who he say he is.
He ain't who he say he is.
Could it be sample size as well, though? Because he's another one that struggled with injury.
Nah, I'm talking about I'm talking about him as a person. I'm not even talking about his game at this point.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about him as a person. He doesn't seem like.
I won't say struggle with injury, but he's been injured a time or two.
Yeah, a time or two.
And long distance injuries, not just 1 to 2 gamers.
He still ain't that nigga though.
I would say Dylan Brooks is the type of dude that he talks so much, and then when he doesn't do as much, but he's still talking, he kind of, I don't know.
That could be, but I mean, let's keep it a buck. None of us know for sure. It's not like we played him on the court when he.
Yeah, I don't know. In
Yeah,
my
perception is everything.
Look, I'm finna.
No, you are right. Perception is everything.
I'm not scoring the point, but like we talk about the NBA, you got somebody that's going against you. You know he's not as good as you, but he gives you all type of unnecessary problems. That's kind of what you want in a teammate, but
Right.
in an opponent, you don't want it. It's like one of those things.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that translates to some of the reason why Kyrie walked off like that after he gave him his jersey? Or do you think it could have been situational inside of that game?
I don't know. Kyrie could be the type of guy like you should be more like me and change who you are. Some type of shit. I don't know, some cocky shit. But either way you look at it, that's pretty much what it was. Look, here's my jersey. Take that.
Hit the
nail on the head.
I just don't think he's Kyrie's cup of tea either. I don't think he's Kyrie's kind of guy that he would just like to associate with. I think that's what it really came down to.
It's
But
better to embrace him and give him your jersey. Like here's my jersey. I'm embracing you, but
at the same time, I kind of feel like you're on TV. You know what I'm saying? You're on camera. Everything's recorded. Even if you don't want it, it's like when like motherfuckers used to run up and hand out mixtapes. Yeah, you don't want that bitch, and you might throw it away as soon as that motherfucker turns his back. But at least wait until the cameras are off before you.
that frisbee,
Right.
you take flight on your
At
ass.
least get to the locker room and toss it to the side, or you know what I'm saying? But like,
didn't we just say we didn't want to see all that friendly buddy? Everyone dapping up, hugging, buddy, my friend, my boy, my homie.
I definitely
my dog.
agree with that.
Didn't we say back in the day, Jordan? Isn't that something Michael Jordan would have probably done? One of the greats would have done.
But that's also, how many of the greats exchange jerseys in public? It's the presentation of it now. I'm sure a lot of greats. I'm sure Charles Barkley has damn near everybody's jersey.
Maybe so.
Probably signed and everything. But I'm sure it also got mailed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a ceremony like it is now. And because Kyrie knows that it's a ceremonial thing, for you to only complete half of the ceremony and be like, yeah, I saw it, I'll do
Wouldn't
that.
it be considered being a follower rather than a leader? Because you're talking about he should be following protocol, basically. Is what it sounds like.
So, well, see, that's the thing though, because you went as far as to do half of it. So it'd
Right.
be different if you was like from the jump. Now I ain't doing no jersey
Right.
swap. I'll mail you one at the end of the season, if depending on how I feel. But to start out in that ceremony and not complete it on camera is just weird.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just heard about it. I didn't see it.
Jersey, because it was almost like a situation where somebody goes to like give somebody that and they don't take it, and they just like,
He try to figure something
you know,
out.
and put their hand down. He had his jersey up like this, like he was about to, and Kyrie walked away and he just kind of dropped it down and walked off.
Yeah,
And it's like, damn, you could jersey. He was looking off. He just walked off before he even looked back. But you started something, is what I'm getting at. Just finish it. Even if you didn't want it, finish it and toss it off when you get to the locker room.
how much more disrespect would it have been if Kyrie walked off with his jersey and then threw it into the stands? Like, here you go. Would that been worse?
Right.
Might have did that. That would have been like, he probably thought about it. Like, I just married own his own jersey before I do some dumb shit with
Because
it.
my thing is, you know,
That does kind of drop my that naturally drop my jaw. I can't even say it. Drop my jaw.
The disrespect would be too much. Man, calm down. I can't.
That might even be worth something, like the Dylan Brooks jersey that Kyrie threw into the crowd. I got it, and I'm selling it on.
you can be only a couple dollars.
Dylan Brooks, the number one bidder.
You said who?
Dylan Brooks, the number one bidder. Like, he got his whole name in that bitch.
You said give me my shit back.
Brand.
Nah, but it wasn't that deep. It was just kind of like you know how you kind of get like that. Not like you embarrassed for somebody, but you get that like,
Uncomfortable feeling.
yeah, you know what I mean? It gave me like borderline that when I watched it. Like, damn.
Sometimes you gotta say, "Fuck these niggas, man."
And didn't you send me an article saying that he released a comment saying that he didn't mean it to be disrespectful?
Yeah, something of that nature.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read it because you sent it while I was on a call. But but that shit though, I mean, that's what he was supposed to do, and I don't think that he meant to. I don't know. Let me stop.
But see, you say supposed to do, but it's not like it's like written anywhere.
No, I didn't
within-
say that he's
That's what you
supposed to.
You said that's what he's supposed to do. That's what you just said a moment ago.
Well, no, I'm saying the releasing of the statement
Oh, okay.
is what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Just to
you know.
clear it up, even if you wanted to say, I did that shit on purpose, you're still
Right.
supposed to release something so you didn't have everybody like, well, what was that about?
Yeah, because he's already been in enough.
Said some shit earlier, didn't it?
Right.
Listen, I don't know.
Well,
And then I wonder as well, not the pride, but I wonder if, see, when I also say it's a ceremony about it, well, they've made it ceremonial, is what I was getting at, by them doing it at the end of the game. Ask myself, do you think that common courtesy would be to discuss this with the person prior to the game, right? Because if, like, to Malcolm's point, if I don't want your jersey and you're just springing a jersey swap up on me,
Now, how do you know he's gonna want?
you
to
know what I
do it?
mean? That's a completely different
this is
scenario.
My dad, my mom, and my whole family, my kids, and everything. Here go my jersey.
Right? You like, okay, now I at least have to give him mine because I don't want to.
Here go my jersey, bro. There you go. You good? You gonna put mine on? I'm gonna do something with it.
They don't put them on. Do they put them on? They don't put them
Yeah,
on.
they don't put him
No, they don't put them on. You gotta do that something with it. I'm just saying, like, look, if you don't tell somebody what's going on, you got your whole family there, you got your kids, you got your mama there. I would took New Jersey, but apparently that wasn't the case.
I don't know. And the video isn't long enough for you to really know what took place afterwards either. And you know the way motherfuckers try to frame shit nowadays, it could have been cut off early on purpose. There could have been another altercation afterwards, you know, where he came back after he spoke to whoever he was speaking to and took the jersey, but they didn't put that out as well. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. But moving on, before we wrap up, the Cavs and the Nets. Cavs and the Nets game. I want to bring that up because it was a very refreshing game to see. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I say that is because Donovan Mitchell balled, not gonna lie, balled his ass off. Had 31 points, shooting 10 for 22 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He hit a nigga with the Sham God 3. He was booming on motherfuckers. I think it was Finney Smith he hit with the Sham. And he boomed on. Can't even remember who it was. But I say that it was refreshing because Donovan Mitchell only put up 22 shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a reasonable amount of shots. Even 25, reasonable amount of shots.
Right.
Once you start exceeding that, even after a while, it drove me so crazy looking at how many shots he took a game. I started looking up all of the players, like the number ones on the different teams. Like, Joel Embiid doesn't exceed 23.
Right.
And he scores buckets. You know what I mean? Luka Doncic has a couple 25-point games. And he was the only man for a while. So when I look at it, I'm like, well, where is the happy balance at? Because it can't be 32 to 35 a night. That just can't be it. That's not going to get us anywhere. So the fact that he hit the 22 shots, still made his 31 beautiful to me. Because at the same time, Karis LeVert got 18, shooting 5 for 9, 3 from 6 from 3, 4 assists. Evan Mobley, 17 points, 8 for 12.
Right. Well, it's a team effort.
You know what I'm saying? And clearly it equals wins. And it's like even the people that, I don't know if it's a lack of trust, but even the people that don't get the shots are still producing. You can see it. I'll be running it down even when Donovan isn't playing the stats. So you can see that they produce. Darius Garland only ended with 17 points and he was shooting 7 for 13. That's above 50%. Mind you, he was 1 for 3 from 3, but I'm saying get everyone buckets, get everyone opportunities as opposed to being the only one taking them and it looks better.
Right.
Usually equals wins as well. So that was a breath of fresh air. I love the game. I'm not going to lie about that. And we take on the Nets again on Thursday. And I'm sure they're going, they're in the same area we are in the East. So I'm sure they're coming out to win this one too. So it should be a great game. Jared Allen came back, but he wasn't high minutes. But yeah, I don't really got much else. So who you got? Who y'all got? Who y'all think, if we gave our prediction right now, who y'all see in the finals?
Man, it's hard. Injuries, but
just based off of current momentum. I mean, you could factor in injuries, or what you believe injuries to be, or how effective.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say Nuggets. The Sixers.
Nuggets and the Sixers. That would be interesting. That would almost be like a NBA Rocky and Apollo.
I feel like if that was a Vegas bet or a sports book bet, I would get good return on that.
Let me write that down.
And write it down.
And the only reason why I say Rocky and Apollo situation is because you got Nikola Jokic, who's the 2-time MVP and will most likely be 3 by the time y'all hit that finals, and you get to play that man in the finals to see who, really got it.
Be the finals MVP. Fuck around and smoke a nigga.
Listen, that's it. Okay. Excuse me. Who you think, Mount?
I think I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be the Bucks representing the East, and I don't know if the Kings stay on their current momentum. It might be the Bucks versus the Kings somehow.
That's a very safe bet. I think that was one of them that when I asked myself that, who I immediately went to. There's just so much to account for with the West, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just pretty much rolling the dice. You're pretty much playing craps right now. You're just shaking them up and throwing them out. Number 6, all right, they're going to make the finals.
See, me, of course I'm a Cavs fan. Could I see the Cavs in the finals? I absolutely could see them in the finals. But then when I think of 7-game series teams, it would be tough to go in against without me seeing the team hot and healthy. I would be worried about. I think we could squeak by any team at the top right now. Boston 76ers, Bucks would be the one that would worry me the most. But even still, it's possible. We have a decent record against the Bucks. I just don't know if I'll be so quick to put them in the fucking Cavs.
Hey.
One can dream.
I'll say this. Out of all the years...
Cavs Kings.
Out of all the years of LeBronless Cavs, this is the year that they probably have a chance to actually make it to the finals. It's not out the question. It's not probable, but it's not out the question.
Yeah, I would say best chance to clean the statement up slightly.
They lose because Donovan Mitchell takes too many shots, tries to do too much, and doesn't spread the ball out and have balance. That's going to be their downfall.
I can kind of see that being the case as well, just because he's been there before. And not only has he been in the playoffs, he's been late into the playoffs. And that's only because he was doing that exactly.
Right.
But this isn't that team again.
Right.
So I hope you're right, or I hope you're not right. I hope he doesn't fall into that old way of thinking and just take hella shots. I just hope that's not the case.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's everything I had. We had an hour 30. You got anything else you want to bring up?
Shit. According to NBA.com, apparently Joel's in the lead for the MVP right now.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. And then it's Nikola at number 2.
That's probably because of that fucking slump that the Nuggets went on.
It could be.
But when you look at it statistically, it's tough for you to use the argument of the league MVP. You know what I mean? Because you look at all the stats across the board, and anybody would point at Nicholas' stats and be like, it's clearly him.
Right.
But then when you look at the play, I'm like, it's not though.
Right.
And I don't know if all that translates into stats on paper, but I look at Embiid and it's like, well, shit, look at that motherfucker.
You're right.
And Nikola gets me that way too, but it's usually off of a play. You know what I mean?
He like somebody dad out there playing old tricks on people. Watch this. I'm gonna do the spin ball.
Throw something else out for I piss on myself.
What they say? LaMelo Ball is supposed to be back by the start of. They said next training camp.
That's not till what, August?
Right. I was gonna say like what, July, August. He expects to be ready for training camp, so I should say however long that's going to be.
That's if he doesn't get traded. At this point, you gotta think if somebody wants to take on that contract,
Right.
niggas might let that go.
Right. And I see Michael Jordan's trying to sell stake in the team. He's trying to sell his share or something like
Trying
that.
to take his name out, but I think you don't trust people no more.
Right. He's pissed. He said, "I'm sick of this shit."
Yeah.
He said,
Why does everybody keep saying yes?
right. Y'all motherfuckers about had it. He said, "I got 6 rings. Y'all motherfuckers suck." He's leaving.
You say no somewhere.
Right. And then they said, what did it say? Julius Randle is the first. His 50-point game is the first for the Knicks in 9 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's probably what, since Melo, I guess. I'm assuming that probably last one was probably Melo era.
Years ago was 2014.
Yeah, Melo was on the, yeah, he was around there.
Probably.
And, yeah, Melo. Paul George, his knee, he's going to miss 2 to 3 weeks for the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that.
Well, yeah, that's all bad. Kia rookie ladder. Number 1 right now is what's his name? I can't say his name.
Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, that guy. Let's just say that guy. Yeah, he's number 1 right now in the rookie.
Number 2 is it still what? Was it Chris Williams or something like that?
Number 2. Put it in the chat. That's all. Let me see. Where did I put it at? I thought it was Jaden something. Oh, here it is.
Jaden Ivey. He must have hopped up then.
Or no, I'm sorry. Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams. I said Chris Williams.
Is number 2. Walker Kessler, number 3. Benedict.
He jumped up. Matherin.
Yeah, Mather, number 4.
Okay,
Ivy, number 5.
Yeah, Ivy's still at the same spot. Or he may have dropped. Walker Kessler jumped up. He has been balling, though. I'm not going to lie.
Hey,
Walker Kessler. Yep, has definitely been balling. Who's your hit the showers?
My bounce is
Yeah, bounce.
Adam Silver. That's my bounce. My hit the shower is Adam Silver. We're trying to join the Disney Network over the NBA. I don't know if that's a good investment. This is me though. I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, ESPN's already over there, right?
Yeah. No, it's not the ESPN, Fox. ABC.
Nah. Fox is way there too?
Yeah, Fox is with Disney.
Shit, they just trying to buy it all up, I guess. Okay. What was you about to say?
I was going to say y'all have a good night.
Oh shit.
Q disappeared. Darren Ben dropped off. My hit the showers. Shit. Man, I don't know. I still gotta.
I'm kind of wondering myself. I'm kind of wondering myself.
Let me see something.
Oh, Emmy ain't talking about Ja Morant supposed to be returning tonight.
Yeah, he's playing right now. Matter of fact, let me see.
Who would my hit the showers be?
Ja Morant. He's got 8 points right now, currently against the Rockets. 3 for 7 from the field.
How many minutes?
So far it says about 10 minutes. Because right now it's halftime. And they're up 9.
Maybe I should hit the showers.
Why you say that?
Because I believe it was the last episode or the episode before where I said that it wouldn't be like, I believe I said almost exactly he could sit at home for the 8 games and watch him on the couch eating nachos. And he could come back and still dunk.
I mean, you gotta get the rest off.
And I know that's all that is. I doubt that he's, out of shape by any means, because I remember I gave it to Skip that episode for, him trying to make it out to be like he was. Just because that's not awful productivity in 10 minutes, right? But just off of hearing the stat alone, that probably does suit him, right? To ease his way back in as opposed to dive right into it. Especially coming into postseason. So yeah, I think I'll have to hit him for getting a little too overzealous on that one.
Man, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really heard, like I said, I'm looking, I ain't really heard nothing that stood out. I'll just say, man, Kentucky, you know what? Kentucky Wildcats got to hit him. I knew y'all was going to lose to Kent State. Y'all motherfuckers are sorry. Every year. Look good, sound good, never finish.
But you always talk about how many great players they put in the league, so you can't have your motherfucking cake and eat it too.
I guess not, because, yeah, they got the great players. They just don't,
And what do we say about the NBA as well? A lot of times that you can put the greatest players together on a team and they don't play that way.
It's true.
And it's easier for the great players to be together in college than it is in the NBA, so that makes sense in my opinion.
I'm about to go eat this chicken.
We about to wrap up though. Who's your hit-ems?
My hit-ems?
Uh-huh.
My hit-ems go out to the Brooklyn Nets. Your spot.
That's deep.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
gotta make you feel it. Gotta make you feel it.
I don't
Hit the
know. I
shot.
think they sitting on everybody else's song, all them picks and everything. They didn't got out that deal. They didn't robbed everybody blind in the league. They need to be called the Brooklyn Bandits.
They better be getting Bronny James doing all that.
Shit, all them years that they got, they might have a shot at it. And think about that. That's interesting as well. Think about that. Because then LeBron, they'll have enough
Right.
players that are still, worth something in the league that they can trade him away to get Bron over there as well. That seems like that might even be it. Listen, you might be onto something.
Let me dig in a little bit.
Because they have enough years worth of drafts that they can trade some for the year. Give me that pick. He's not going to go number one, we don't think. So give me that pick right there, and we'll give you these.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I'm just saying. And they ain't
And
spending
the Lakers need picks.
And they ain't spending no fucking money like that no more now that they got KD, Kyrie, and Harden out of there. Mikal Bridges is the next one to step up, and he ain't got no contract yet. Not no real one, you know what I mean?
I think they'll pay him to stay.
They gonna have to.
They'll pay him.
They gonna have to.
That boy turning out to be nice.
But yeah, that's all I got. Y'all got anything to take us out? Shit. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell the enemy, tell the motherfuckers to troll. It's popping off at the moment. But that's another episode. We'll catch y'all.
I'm on this too, Ken.